Good day everyone, a very warm welcome to you. My name is Nick and we're looking at the Atari 2600 for another great game from back in the day. It's Pole Position from Atari in 1983, based on the arcade cabinet developed by NAMCO but then brought out by Atari in 1982, so a year before. Now Pole Position is an F1 style racer. It's quite simple, a single player game, and was rather a landmark game back in the day which influenced so many, and there's a great bit of music at the start as well. You've got two gears, you see in the top left, which will be low and high. Right, off we go. So, it's all about checkpoints here. You see my time ticking down in the middle, fantastic engine noises going along, and time elapse in the top right. So, it's moving very, very fast. The car's a little bit basic, I think it might be a Ferrari, but for 1983, this is a beauty. It's moving super fast. So that yellow thing we passed, believe it or not, was another Formula 1 car. They will come up on the track every now and again, and we must overtake them without crashing. You can brake if you want to, but I wouldn't recommend it. Let's just try it and weave around the cars. If you lose speed, it's always best to drop it into a lower gear. So this game, when it goes down to it, is all about your reflexes in overtaking the cars in front to get to the next checkpoint before your time runs out. And I've done it! Hurrah! There's the points and we're off again. The next section, time is 75 seconds, so start in low gear. As soon as you get a decent speed, up into high gear. Top speed is 200 mph. You can see our speed there by that red bar, and I've crashed into another car. So that's essentially the problem. You've got to avoid them. Now either side the line does get a little bit crooked when you're going straight, but that's okay, it's rendering it okay. And what would have been a big hit for this back in the day for me if I played it would have been the speed and the sound. Fantastic little game. If you had this one back in the day, let me know. It's a game I've also reviewed on the ZX Spectrum at 8-bit, which means a little bit slower than this, but it's good, but in a slightly different way. This is more raw speed and gameplay. Good, good, good. The only other game we reviewed so far on our revisited ones of the Atari 2600 is Enduro, so if you want to have a look at that one to compare, then please do so. Different times of day on Enduro. This one hasn't got that. It's always the same part of the day, and this goes going quite well. So we went through another checkpoint there, as you might have seen. I think the first one we might have been qualifying. Oops, there we go, and the car's exploded. What I do like about the Atari 2600 is it's got some really meaty, earthy, deep sounds to it. Absolute beauty, and they wasn't really working with too much memory either. So at the moment, if you're watching these live as they go up, we'll be doing an Atari 2600 game every Sunday. As long as people keep watching them, I'll continue to put them up. There we go, so we cover a few systems there. I haven't covered this one for quite a while, we've just started doing them again. Early 80s, my favourite era of retro gaming. It's not licensed by FIA or anything. So you won't see any real life names, you won't see any real life teams, so you can only guess. It's red, so it must be a Ferrari, mustn't it? Anyway, we didn't quite make that, but we'll have a few other goes on it. Developed by NAMCO, the arcade machine. I haven't played that, but if you have, let us know in the comment section below. This channel is all about sharing the memories. It's a bit of fun, a bit of nostalgia. It doesn't take itself too seriously. The gameplay isn't always expert, although sometimes that might happen by random, I suppose. But it's all about seeing if you bought this as a kid, or got it as a Christmas or birthday present, or bought it with your pocket money. Would there have been enough there for you to go and play it again? Or would you have been upset, take it back to shops, or never played it ever again? For me, if I had this back in the day, 1983, remember, I would have played it absolutely heaps. This and Enduro, and I probably wouldn't have seen daylight for quite some time. Your friends would have flocked around your house to play this one, that is for sure. Something quite like this back in the day. It's your arcade gaming in your own living room with your wooden Atari 2600. And that music in between is quite cool as well. I'm a big fan. I don't know what track we're at. I think it might be Fuji, but I'm not sure about that. It's Fuji where that cloud is. If you're in Fuji and looking out the window and can see that cloud and it's exactly the same, then please confirm it, because we must be correct. I'm not sure we go to any other tracks on this, it's just always this. If you know different, let me know, because it's unlikely I'm going to get past the second or third level here. You can go off the track to a little bit, but you will lose quite a bit of speed if you do so. Oh man, he's blown up. I don't know what the other cars are, they're just some indistinct yellow, so make your mind up. They might be the old Lotus car, the Lotus, where it's sponsored by John Player Special. That's what it was. I think that was a Lotus, wasn't it? I think Ayrton Senna was in one of those at some point. A lovely black and gold colour. It looked very iconic. Check out the sounds of the cars as we go past. I suppose that's supposed to be the wind as we zip past there. We've done it again. Pull around there. So you're only able to get one car at a time to overtake. You won't get two on the same time. I think as it goes later on down it, the cars weave ever so slightly across, but they seem to be mainly holding their position on the track, which is making it quite easy. But, you know, it does improve your reflexes, this game. Whoa, that cut across a little bit, that car. I'm getting into the groove now. So with this game, you do need to get a bit of a rhythm up. As soon as you get that rhythm, you could be unstoppable. I'm playing it for absolutely hours. If you did own this one, what's the longest game you ever had on it? Did your parents have to just physically turn the computer off, the console off, to get you to come to dinner or eat at all? Always remember to blink when watching these games, and indeed playing them also. Taking that car round the outside, another one round the outside. It never gives you your position. It's not a race, it's just overtake as many cars as you can and get to the checkpoint as quickly as you can. Obviously crashing is going to cost you a bit of time, as is braking. You can brake if you want to, but it's probably quicker just to crash and restart again in low gear. 19 seconds, going down. 15 seconds. Are we going to do this? I'm not sure how much longer we've got. I don't think we slowed down a great deal during this lap. Oh, I don't think we're going to do it, folks. Need the end to be quite close. Is that it? Oh yeah, we've got bonus just. So we just ambled over the line there with a bit of inertia. Such an influential game, this pole position. Influenced so many games thereafter. One of the games I played the most back in the day, round about this same era, was Checkered Flag on the ZX Spectrum. Used to like a cockpit view on that one. I loved it, square red wheels and all. This is an era where all racing games had just square wheels. Good stuff. Is it a car? Is it an insect? We do not know. Oh dear, crashed right in the back. And as you crash in these early games, you just get mega explosions. 52,000, well, there's the bonus score at the end there, so into the 50,000s. Didn't use that last note at the end there, so you can get some humongous scores on this, and I'm really enjoying myself playing this game, I can tell you. Hopefully it's bringing back a few of the memories there. Hooray! Shall we have another go? I think we should have another go, shan't we? Let's have another go. Go! There was a pole position too, I think. I'm not sure if that came out on the Atari 2600. Did it? Let us know if you know about that. Did pole position 2 come out on the Atari 2600? Right. Right. Let's be a professional now. There's no roadside obstacles in this, but I wouldn't expect them to be. The sides of the road are grey. The road is grey. We've got a yellow line down the middle. Be good if there were other tracks like Monaco and a tunnel, but I'm asking a bit too much now for 1983. You've pretty much seen all the gameplay straight away, just that the cars get a little bit more tricky the way they occasionally might weave slightly in front of you coming across, but you can see them in the distance. I think I got that first level pegged quite easily. Right, so watch it. I'm in top left. I'm in low gear. Get the red accelerator up to about halfway, then zip up to high gear. If you lose speed, then zip back to low gear, but you don't really need to do that, and as I say, don't really need to brake. Just try and use your own reflexes like he was an amazing Jedi Knight to zip past all these cars. Right, if you are a Jedi Knight, well, I'm sure you've got more important things to do than watch me blabber around on this game, and I've exploded. Was that your Jedi mind trick? Great stuff. What an amazing game this is for the day. As I say, kids today might not necessarily understand this game and write it off straight away, but if you look at gaming history, this is there as one of the foundations and one of the building blocks of what was to come much later on. How did they do that sound of the car going past? Wim. Yeah, I don't know how they created that. It does sound a bit like a lightsaber actually. He's done it again. Past the next checkpoint. Top speed 200 mph there. So it's mph on this, not kph. Good, great road holding round that bend. We obviously have very sticky tyres or super amazing downforce on the car. I don't think there's any esports races based on this at the moment. That was a little joke for you. They'd only do it with advanced games where you can't tell almost the difference between reality and the real gaming. Around there. I've only ever played Formula 1 once online, and that was on the PlayStation 3, F1 2010. So that was, wow, 10 years ago at time of recording. But this is 1983. I've run out of time again. I didn't get up to 50,000, did I? Like I did last time. So, you know, write down your best scores each time. Shall I have one last go on this, or shall we call it a day there? We'll have one last go. Hooray! A lot of these Atari 2600 games just scream one last go about them. If you watched the review last week, Berserk, that got me as well. This will definitely be the last one. We'll be a bit cavalier about it. We'll just zip around as fast as we possibly can. No pit stops in this one. No driver names, as I say. No team names. It's just you and the open road, and a lot of yellow cars, and maybe a few explosions too. And it's time ticking down. Right, okay, so maybe I get behind and weave at the last moment. I'd like to know who my teammate is, but he is not there. Rumble strip all the way around the track, not just on the corners, but a lot of retro Formula 1 games did the same thing. So section 1's easy for me. 14,000. Go! Right, hits the accelerator. All four wheels speeding along, although they don't look like they're moving, but trust me, they are. I went up to high gear a bit early there, lost a little bit of speed in the acceleration. So lost a few attempts. We went off the road there past that car, also lost a bit of speed. Only 2 gears in this, low and high, but that's quite normal. Did Continental Circus come out on the Atari? Oh dearie me, as I turn into a mobile barbecue for a bit. Yeah, Continental Circus, not sure that one did or not come out on the system. I need to look that up. Right, away we go. Getting a little bit blurry. Maybe it's the speed, maybe it's the era, maybe it's the graphics. But we're back in 1983. Hope you're feeling your stress go and reliving a bit of nostalgia, a bit of warm memories, because that's what we're after. If you're liking the channel, please consider subscribing, because that helps me go. If you want to help it a bit more, then please consider being a member. If you want to know what that's all about, hit join next to the subscription button. There is a video letting you know what happens. You get a few extra perks, and it does help me create better content and sustain, well, the level of content that I'm doing at the moment. So I'm not sure I'll be able to keep doing that without any, you know, support. Well, anyway, just enjoy the video for now. We're speeding along at a super speed. No slipstream in this, just pull alongside the car. It would be nice to review everything ever. I will attempt it, even though maybe it's not possible. 10 seconds ago, less than 10 seconds. 5. Oh, I don't think we're going to hit the checkpoint here. We've had too many crashes, and that's the end. Yeah, brilliant game that for the era. An absolute classic. Great sound, great graphics. Got that go to again, one more go playability to it. I can't highly recommend that one enough. So hope you liked having a look at it. That was Pole Position on the Atari 2600, published by Atari in 1983, based on the arcade cabinet from 82 that they made, developed by NAMCO, that one. Got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then please put that below. You're always more than welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself, and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.